Hey, what's up, Knicks Nation? I hope everybody's safe and healthy and enjoying your weekend. I hope your family is also safe and healthy and enjoying your weekend. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are saving lives, and those also that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover the teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People who are also victims of prostitution and child prostitution, pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, the profiteers, and those perverts that create the demand for this industry. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. There are 600,000 almost homeless people in the United States of America, increasingly people over 65, and millions around the world in similar worse conditions. Blessings on them, for theirs is the kingdom. Hey, there was a basketball game last night. We're going to talk about that. King Ribby, Lee Thomas, Ken Kareem Grant building blocks. Damn Knicks, Keith Watkins, superstar, Torres 24-23, Gerald Charlotte, Miss Nancy Stevenson, G. Bostino, my man Malik Shabazz, Anthony Desiri. Hope all y'all are well. I hope everybody is healthy and everybody is happy today. Lee Thomas, how you doing? Chauncey Beckett, Alfonso, who cares, my man? Kendall Buchanan, what's up with all of y'all? Danny G, how you guys doing? So this week was a good week. All right, so the Knicks snapped the 9-game winning streak last night. We'll talk about that. But it was a good week. No OG, along with no Juju, and they go 3-1. They go 3-1, and they beat in the 3-1 for the week. They not only go 3-1 for the week, but who did they beat? Let's talk about who they beat. They start off the week with Charlotte. That was a good game to start off with. And then they go beat Utah. They beat Indiana. And then they lose to the Lakers. We got Memphis coming up on Tuesday. And so right now the Knicks are in the 4th seed, half game behind Cleveland. Cleveland keeps winning. Cleveland, as I mentioned, has the soft cupcake schedule at this point, and they're rolling too. And they got back Evan Mobley and Darius Garland, so you expect them to roll, and that's what they're doing. And that was the weakness here. The Knicks were dealing with a decent schedule, but really good teams on their schedule, whereas Cleveland was dealing with a cupcake schedule. It's going to all work out in the end, though. That's what I have a feeling. It's going to all work out in the end. So right now we have a solid 4 seed with New York. They got a game lead on Philly, who I think is losing. They're going to be losing Embiid for at least this weekend, maybe during the course of the week with a meniscus tear. So they're going to be losing him for a while. And so that's good for the Knicks. The Knicks got a 4-game lead for over the 6th seed Indiana. I'm pretty sure they got like a 4-game lead over Indiana. Let's take a look here. Indiana is actually 5.5. 5-game lead on Indiana. They got a 5-game lead on the 6th seed. They got a game lead on Philly, and Philly's going to be looking a little weak without Embiid. They're only a half game behind Cleveland and a game and a half behind the Bucks. So right now, brethren, the Knicks are in the thick of this thing. It's a dogfight, as we thought it was going to be a dogfight, but there's some separation now between the 6th seed and the top 5 seeds. Okay, you're going to see more separation if Philadelphia is missing Embiid for any length of time. In fact, let's take a look at that. If they're missing Embiid for any length of time, you're going to see some more separation. He's out. It says displaced flap and his left meniscus. They're evaluating his treatment options. So, and I remember a couple of dudes talking about, well, we lose, we need a backup to Jalen Brunson. We need a backup to Julius. If we lose them, we're done. Let me tell you something. Every team is in this position. There's some guys you just can't get backups for. You can't. Who's going to back up Joel Embiid? I mean, you could get a body, but who's really going to back him up? Every team has that same problem. See, it's not just the Knicks. And so the Knicks, if you look at it, you got Mitch Rob hurt, who was on the verge of being all-NBA defense and the best offensive rebounder in the game. Then you lose. After that, you lose Juju, who is at least going to be out a few weeks, but I think he'll be back after the All Star break. Then you lose OG. Okay, you lose all of that. And look, they 3-1. They 3-1. So look, we've been talking about the depth of the Knicks, the continuity and the depth of the Knicks. Okay, that's what we've been talking about: the continuity and the depth of the Knicks. And this is proving what we already knew. That's why I would get pissed off. Honestly, somebody said, "Well, we need a backup point guard." I said, "What the hell?" It's one guy kept saying it. And I said, "Do you?" And at the same time saying, "Deuce is doing great." Well, what the hell you asking for a backup point guard if Deuce is doing great? Deuce is the backup point guard. I don't understand. Okay, so the Knicks got depth. They got ballers all the way into the 9-man rotation. And look, this is where we at. We doing good. Now, I'm hoping we can get OG back for Memphis on Tuesday. Because as you all know, you get OG back, and now, like yesterday, did y'all notice yesterday the Lakers were purposely allowing Josh Hart to shoot threes? Did you notice that? Like they doubled JB, and they allowed Hart to shoot threes. And of course, he was 2 of 6, so he wasn't really hitting them. But that was a tremendous strategy. The only thing I would change, some people would say, "Well, Tibbs should have took our Hart." No, he's not going to do that. This ain't high school. This ain't college. This is the league. He's going to let him play. He's going to let him play through it. But what Hart might have done, which I think he would do next time, is attack the rim. Instead of sitting at the 3-point line, attack the rim. Okay, and then, because now what Tibbs is always saying is when somebody gets doubled, now you got a 4-on-3 advantage on the backside. So I think what they were doing, and this is the thing I like about our team, we got a bunch of guys that are not only gym rats, but they have high IQ, right? I think we would agree the lowest IQ on the team is Juju and probably Precious at this time, but they still talented. But they got a team of very high IQ players, okay? Team of very high IQ players. So Hart is smart enough to look at that film and say, okay, if I'm not hitting, let me get into the paint with the ball, okay? And other people would be, Senior Brief, what's up? Other people will be cutting and doing whatever. So that, if he had to do that again, I think that's how they deal with this. He get that ball on 3-point line, attack the paint, force the defense to move on him, because Hart is really good at getting to the rim and attacking the paint and finishing. So then you have cutters and all that. And so I think that's how they would attack it next time. Now, of course, if Hart is hitting his 3-pointers, that'd have been another W. That'd been another W. Okay, that'd have been another W. Now, imagine this, though. Imagine them doubling Brunson and leaving OG open on that side. Can you imagine that now? Imagine them doubling Brunson and leaving OG open. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all know it'll be a different story, right? The Lakers, I mean, let's be honest and real about it. The Lakers are no match for the Knicks in the 7-game series. Especially you talk about you have Zubac plus OG. The Lakers are no match for the Knicks in the 7-game series. They're just no match. First of all, let me just say this. Y'all realize if you've been following Knicks during the Tibbs era, Juju owns Anthony Ambulance. Y'all know that, right? Juju is kryptonite for Anthony Ambulance. I mean, he is. Just simple as that. It's a Kentucky thing. And Juju is kryptonite to Anthony Ambulance. Okay, so right there. And OG, now LeBron Hall of Fame, he's all that. But at 39, I'm pretty confident OG can handle him. Pretty confident OG would deal with that. I'm pretty confident. So they're no match. And then the bench of the Knicks, when you're talking about Grimy, Deuce, Hart, and don't talk about Mitchell and Precious. Yeah, no. They got over yesterday. No problem. They got over yesterday. No problem. They got over yesterday. That's all good. But hey, Miss Edwards, how you doing? We just proved that we can go deep into our depth and play with anybody. Right? I mean, right? Did y'all see that this week? The Knicks can go deep in the depth. They can play Deuce 20 minutes. They can play Deuce 35 minutes if they need to. They can play Grimy 35 minutes if they need to. They can play Precious 40 minutes if they need to. And we can ball against anybody. Anybody. Okay, right now, the way it stands right now. Y'all remember, it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Somebody in this room asked me, when do you think the Knicks can compete for a chip? Y'all remember that? And I said, when they can compete? Right now. Right now. Okay? Now look. Everybody getting on board now. Everybody's getting on board now. Okay. We already knew that was coming. Right? Like I said, this year is the next year people should have saw coming 3 years ago. This year is the next year people should have saw coming 3 years ago. This, brethren, is what development happens. This is how development works. It's an ugly process. It'll have you yelling at your TV. But at the end of it, you got a juggernaut. Okay? At the end of it, you got a juggernaut. Okay? Okay, at the end of it, you got a juggernaut. That's what the process ends up with. Okay? And generally it takes 5 seasons. The Don and Tibbs done did it in 4. And how they did it was strategic as all. Y'all know it's strategic, right? The first year, look at this now. Tibbs' first year, he had R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Jew. He got he had what's that boy? He had Bullock. He had Bullock on the 2 guard. And then he had what was it? Alfred Payton, EP at the point. That's what his starting 5 was. That's what his starting 5 was. Okay. They still, that year was a 72-game season. They won 41 games out of a 72-game season. 4th seed. And that was really, all you really had was Jew in the playoffs. That's all you really had. Okay? That's all you had. The next year, the Don called himself trying to upgrade. He made a mistake here. Not everybody's perfect now. Some of y'all think they all supposed to be perfect. So he gets Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier for offense because we know Alfred Payton couldn't shoot the broadside of a barn and Bullock couldn't put the ball on the floor. So that's why they had the leprechaun on Bullock and they double-teamed Drew and he was spinning into the double teams. Boom, that was the end of that for us. So he says, okay, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to get a point guard that can score and I'm going to get a shooter. Problem was, what he forgot, first of all, neither of them are Tibbs-type dudes. Why? No defense, no bueno. Y'all still got to remember this. No defense, no bueno. Okay? No defense, no bueno. That's how it is. Neither of them cats could play defense. Neither of them. First of all, Kemba was on one leg to begin with. And then we know the Frenchie is like most Frenchies. Soft as a croissant, right out the oven. Soft as a croissant, right out the oven. With butter on it. And when he was scoring 40, we were losing. Okay? Soft as a croissant, no defense, no bueno. When he scored 40, we lose. Right? So, now, second half of that season, Tibbs inserts Grimy into the starting lineup. They start to win, but then Grimy hurts himself, right? I think he broke his foot or something. He hurt himself, and now he was out, right? So we end up winning, even in that, 37 games. 37 games. And he's playing AB, Alec Burke, who's not a point guard, at the point guard. And we win 37 games. And they start a streak at the end of that season. The Knicks they had a winning streak. Wasn't good enough, though, to get us in. Then came last year. Now Grimy's starting. Now you go get Jalen Brunson. And last year, they in the playoffs again. I think what was it, 6th seed? They beat Cleveland first round. Why? Because you had a healthy Mitch Rob. And I know Jared Allen is good. He's a $100 million player. Do you know Jared Allen is a $100 million player? And then they got Evan Mobley, who is the second coming. I'm telling you, Evan Mobley's that man. He's just young right now. But they don't want to see Mitch Rob. They don't want to see Mitch Rob. And that's with Juju getting hurt. They don't want to see Mitch Rob. And they're going to sure don't want to see playoff Jalen Brunson now. Which right, it was a 4-5 series. That's right. Knicks were the 5th seed. Cavs were the 4th seed. Knicks won 47 games, beat the Cavs in a gentleman's sweep. Then daggone Don said he was mad at messing up with Evan Fournier. Dude messed around and gets OG. We lose Mitch Rob. My man Hartenstein comes in, and the Knicks start to flow. And this is where we at right now. Now, I told y'all, simply because of the continuity of the team, as well as, that's right, Dante DiVincenzo. Excuse me, superstar, my brother. Thank you. He had the nerve to go sign a Villanova dude, Dante DiVincenzo, give him $48 million, and daggone it, that boy is balling. So now you got the team, you got Josh Hart, you got the Villanova Crew. Then you got Deuce, who I've been telling you all about. Deuce, I don't see it. I don't know how many guys are. I don't know what you see in Deuce. I don't see it. You see it now, you blind mofos? You see it now? Huh? Blind mofos? You see it now? I don't know what you see in Deuce. I don't see it. I don't know how many times I saw that. I don't see it. Then all of a sudden, he was D'ing everybody up like I told y'all he would. And somebody said, well, he can play defense, but he can't shoot. I mean, man, he got to develop a shot. He can't shoot. And I said, y'all see the G League? That G League. He can't shoot in the league, though. Where the mofos at now? Huh? Can he shoot? Do he got a jumper? Yo, did you see last night, though? Deuce broke out with the floater game. Did y'all see that? Deuce broke out with the Florida game. Let me tell you something. This is going to sound corny, but for real, he is learning from Brunson. I mean, he really is copying Brunson. You know, back in the day, right? This is a long time ago. This is before many of y'all was born. There was this cat from Hempstead. Well, he was really from Roosevelt, but Hempstead claimed him. His name was Dr. J. Julius Erving. He played for the New York Nets in the ABA, right? And then the Nets got this other kid that they drafted named Larry Keenan. And Larry Keenan was trying to copy and be like the Doc. And he became pretty good. I mean, because he wasn't the Doc, but he became pretty good trying to copy Dr. J. That's right. Remember Keenan? But now you got Deuce, and he's copying Brunson. Dad. Deuce came out with the floater twice yesterday. One, he airballed it, but one, he hit it and got fouled, I think. Deuce came out. This Deuce came out with the floater yesterday. So yesterday, you know, by all the right, honestly, the Knicks should have won that game. And the reason they lost, I got to say, I mean, Anthony is still Anthony Ambulance in my view. I mean, the totally unavailable when you need him type dude. But when he does play, that defense he played yesterday, I'm telling you, I haven't seen him play that kind of defense like in a game since they won the chip in the bubble. That's what he was playing, that kind of defense. But yesterday, Anthony Ambulance was playing some defense, man. He really was. And that was a difference in the game in my view. That was the difference in the game in my view. The defense of Anthony Ambulance, that was the difference right there. The Knicks out-rebounded them big time. I think they rebounded like 51, I think it was 51-38. The Knicks out-rebounded them big time yesterday. And the Knicks only had like 7 turnovers for the game. So it wasn't like a bad game for the Knicks. And I got to tell you, even though Hart couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, that brother was getting all the 50-50 balls. Did y'all see that? Brother Hart was getting all the 50-50 balls. And then I remembered watching him play because he seemed to be playing inspired ball, right? And you know what? I forgot he was drafted by the Lakers. Just like Juju, Hart was drafted by the Lakers, right? I'm hoping we can get OG back for Tuesday. He's day to day. And so he done missed 3 games. I'm hoping we can get him back for Tuesday, because now he missed like about a week. And so I'm hoping that inflammation, and look, they got stuff to help you with inflammation. So I'm hoping between what he's taking, whatever rehab he's doing for it, he'll be back for Tuesday. Okay, they got him listed. Hey, Russell, he got him listed as day to day. Yeah. But yesterday, the Knicks out rebounded them big time. Yesterday, I think, let me see here. Knicks out rebounded them 38 to 51. The Knicks had 18 offensive rebounds. The Knicks only had 7 turnovers, right? And so I'm looking at this and I was like, I saw the game. How did they lose this game? And it was really the 2 factors. Anthony Ambulance made some big stops defensively. Big stops. Brunson was only 1 of 6. He was spoiled by Jalen Brunson. He was 1 of 6. He was due. To have an off game. So he was 1 of 6 from 3 yesterday. And they wanted Hart to shoot the 3. He did. He was only 2 of 6. And that was the ball game, really. That was the ball game. Yeah. I'm upset with every loss. I just don't get trippy about it. That's why you don't see me come online right after a game. People be tripping. Every loss, somebody wants to blame Tibbs on the loss and or trade somebody. Every loss. Somebody going to say, Tibbs caused that loss. That was coaching. They don't say that when they winning, but they say when they losing. And then we got to trade. We got to make a trade every time they lose. They just won 9 straight. And when they had won 6 straight, people were still talking about, we got to make a trade. I'm like, what part of 6 straight is a problem? I don't get it. Okay, what part of 6 straight is a problem? And even DiVincenzo, that boy pulled 16 threes yesterday. He was pulling, man. Now he was 6 of 16, so he made 6, but dead. Devo was pulling. Now, that's another thing. Look here. We didn't have OG. Yesterday. If you brought OG in there, I think we win that game. Okay. Or if Devo shoots 40% from 3 yesterday, we win that game. Okay, I think we win that game too. If he shoots over 40, like he's been doing, lighten it up, I think we win that game. Or if Brunson has shot 40%, from 3, we win that game. There's many ways we could have won that game yesterday, but it was okay. Like I said, it's the league, and any given night, anybody can beat anybody because of crap like that. You might have an off night. You're missing a player. Something happens. This is the league. So any night, Charlotte could beat Milwaukee on any night, right? So anything could happen. So it's all good. Yeah. And I started, I don't know what possessed me, but Malika Andrews, fine as hell, but chick, I don't want to hear her mouth at all. I don't want to hear her mouth. I just don't. But they really should call her Malika Hate Hebrews. That's what they really should call her. Malika Hate Hebrews. But I heard her and her fake behind. Then she switched to Stephen A. Smith, who was implying that we should trade for LeBron James. You want to talk about somebody that don't know how to put together a champion? You want to talk about somebody that has no idea how to put together an NBA champion? When he started talking that, I went right to mute, man. I said, I cannot hear this. I could not listen to this. Man. Oh, man. I had to get rid of him. I was like, are you kidding me? Oh, man. So I can't. I usually do not listen to him, but for some reason yesterday I said, let me hear what and he come out with this stupidity, and I was like, dude, no, I can't listen to this, man. I can't listen to this. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I can't listen to Malika Andrews. I can't hear Stephen A. Smith. I don't want to hear Shaq, Charles Barkley. I can't. You know what I mean? So, and then I realized after, I caught myself because I said, Stephen A. Smith is not on ESPN because of his basketball knowledge. Stephen A. Smith is on ESPN because he's entertaining people. That's what it is. It's entertainment. And what it is he tries successfully to get the GOAT of Knicks Nation. And so he gets people watching him just because they want to argue with him. That's the whole point. He is not there because he knows basketball. He doesn't. Okay. It's like with Wojnarowski. Wojnarowski is not on there because he knows basketball. Wojnarowski is on it because he gets inside information before anybody else. That's why who he is. He's not, when you start hearing him saying that, well, maybe they need to make a move. No. He don't know what he's talking about. But when he announces that a move is being made, book it. It's being made. Okay. So that's that. Now, I have to disagree with my friend Jack Savage. I like Doris Burke. I'm not saying I like her. She's not the most, how can I say this nicely? I don't find her to be my type in terms of her physical appearance, but I love listening to her talk basketball. I can listen to Doris Burke all day. I love listening to her talk basketball. She, as far as females are concerned, I haven't seen a female that knows basketball as good as her. She knows ball, man. I like her talk. That's right. And you know what? As far speaking of UB Brown, I love hearing UB Brown. I've been loving UB Brown since he was a Knicks coach. But she, to me, is the female version of UB Brown. To me, she's the female version of UB Brown. Mark K, thanks for the $5. All people like Stephen A. must push the company line. They can't give honest talk. That's why I appreciate that. Yeah, I love Doris Burke's basketball knowledge. She knows what the heck she's talking about. Okay. Linda Cohen. I used to, when they was big, to me, they was big in the 90s. Linda Cohen and the brother, that's the late, he died. May he rest in peace. I forgot his name. But him, I actually met him once. Him, Linda Cohen. Linda Cohen's all right. But Doris Burke knows Stuart Scott. Yeah, I miss Stuart Scott. I like Stuart Scott. Yeah, Lewis Love. Thanks for can the Knicks trade? Yeah, we traded for a bag of stale chips, man. You can have him for a bag of stale chips. You can have him. That's right, Stuart Scott, man. That's right. May he rest in peace. But as far as females, Monica McNutt, the chick the babe that's over there with the Nets is good too. I forgot her name. She's there with Iron Eagle. She knows basketball too. That the babe that's over there with Iron Eagle, she knows her ball. And then there's of course Doris Burke. And then there's a sister that also played college ball. I don't know what she's doing now, but she was the Washington Wizards commentator. She knows her ball too. There's some, not to me. I'm gonna be real with you. They pushing some of these females because they're trying to push the WNBA. Nobody's buying it, really, and that's why they're there. Okay, and they're trying to just push this whole feminist thing. But if you're gonna push it, you gotta have somebody that knows what they're talking about. Doris Burke knows what she's talking about. What's that lady's name over there in Brooklyn? I forgot her name, but she's good. The lady in Washington D.C. is good. Monica knows her ball. You get somebody that knows what they're talking about at least. That's her, Sarah Cusco. Yeah, that's her. Cusco knows basketball. See what I'm saying? But not everybody does. Not everybody does. They need to keep Malika Andrews as far as they can. And then there's another cute woman. She's tall. She has a baby and all that. I don't like listening to her either. I forgot her name. She played ball. They got her on the panel. She went with Shaq and them, and I'll be like, turn the channel, man. Put it on. Let me listen to KRS One. Put this thing on mute and don't listen to these people. I can't. Now, Mike Breen, Walt Clyde Frazier. Yeah, I can listen to them, right? I like listening to them. Yeah, I like listening to them, man. Candace Parker, right? I like listening to them. Candace Parker could play. I've heard of Caitlin Cooper. They be pushing her on. Don't they be pushing on the commercials? Cash Out James. They pushing her on the commercials a lot, right? Am I right? Is that the same one, or is that somebody else? There's somebody they pushing. European girl. I forgot. They put her on the commercials a lot. She's in a lot of them All-State commercials, and I seen some. Yeah. Me neither, Corey. Me neither. But yeah, me neither. State Farm, right? I said, what did I say? All-State, yeah. State Farm, All-State, yeah. Ludlow pretty good. Ludlow pretty good. I got to give it to her. Ludlow pretty good. Ludlow been good for a minute. You know, she pretty good. At first, I thought they just put her out there for a pretty face, but she actually does, to me, seem to know what she's talking about. I like Ludlow. I ain't seen her in a while. She's still out there. Harlow, you know what I like about Harlow? Harlow don't ask no pain in the behind questions. She asks questions that she knows going to elicit a positive response because she's the team, broadcaster. So she comes to them and she asks really positive questions, and she'll say stuff like, how you going to get this defense tightened up for the next half? I like how she rolls like that. Rebecca Harlow, pretty good. Yeah, I got to give it to her. She's pretty good. Oh, I don't know who that is, Kendall Buchanan, but I know who you're talking about. Now, instead of Caitlin Cooper, I'm just saying, if they could put Cynthia Cooper, I think that would be ideal. I think if they put Cynthia Cooper up, I think that would be ideal. I'd like to see what she has to say. Cynthia Cooper. Yeah, Harlow does. She does. She shows like she cares about the players. That's true. That's absolutely true. Yeah. He's day-to-day still Don Day. That's interesting. He's day-to-day Don Day. That's what he is. He's day-to-day. They just list him as day-to-day. Nobody has said anything more serious about it. They just said he wouldn't play. They have him. They put him as out against LA. They listing Grimes as out against LA, but they have OG Anunoby as out at this point. Let me just see what they got any news on him. He won't play. That's all they said. They won't. They didn't list anything else. Inflammation in the right elbow. That's all they're saying. So I don't know. We got to see what it looks like tomorrow. No, we're not hearing anything about Mitch Rob. I don't think we're going to hear anything about Mitch Rob till after the All Star break because they said late in the season. So let's wait and see what happens after the All Star break. Yeah. So we'll probably hear something more about him after the break. I think during the course of the All Star break that week, you'll hear about Juju. So we'll know about him. But I'm hoping we can get OG back Tuesday against Memphis. Oh, is that what they so Tibbs said Grimes is close and Juju's doing light work. I did hear that. He's already rehabbing. Juju's daggone brick doodle house, man. One thing I've always said about him, I've known about him since, actually since he first came to the Knicks. Dude is a brick doodle house. There's no, he's strong as bricks, man. I mean, daggone. So when he's hurt, he's really hurt because he will be out there. He will be out there. Mitch is doing pool work. Oh, shoot. Mitch is doing pool work. Don't get me excited now. See, my thing is like the first week of March, if we could get Mitch and Drew, the league ain't ready for what's going to come from New York, man. Look, the Knicks, right? If you give me Mitch Rob in the second unit, with Precious, Hart, Grimes, and Deuce. And you give OG, you give the regular first unit. I'm telling you right now, this team could go to the finals. They can. There's nobody in the East that you can guarantee can beat them. Nobody. Okay? Not in the East. There's no guarantee that anybody could beat them. Not Boston, not Milwaukee, not everybody you can say, well, this is going to be a sweep. No, hell no. There's nobody in the East they can't deal with. Nobody. Okay, there's nobody. That defensive, man. You talking about a second unit now. Precious, Mitch, Hart, Grimes, and Deuce. You ain't never seen defense on that level coming off the bench. What? And then you're going to have OG, Hartenstein, and Juju along the front. Oh, my gosh, man. Now, and let me tell you something. The Knicks are really short-handed. Yesterday, you noticed they only played 7 guys. They played 7 guys yesterday. And they almost beat a full-strength Los Angeles Lakers. They only played 7 guys yesterday. Okay? Man, please. Well, Yak Savas, I'm telling you, if Embiid is missing for more than 2 or 3 games, Philly is going down. Like, they better hope he can come back like this week. Because if they're telling you, they miss games, they miss him, they might be in the play-in. They might drop out and be in the play-in. Okay? They can't, they will not be able to win without Joel Embiid. There is just no way. And that's what I'm saying. There's some players you can't just say, well, go get a backup. Paul Reed's a good backup, but he is not Joel Embiid. Okay? He can't drop 70. Shoot. Louis Luck, thanks for the $5. Not only the defense, they'll kill teams on the board. That's right. Oh my gosh, man. Can you imagine? Y'all know what's going on this week? You see what's going on? Look. The Knicks, even with playing most of the time now with 8 guys, the Knicks were wearing teams down. See, y'all are worried about the Knicks being worn down. You got the teams that they playing, the Knicks are wearing them down. The other night they beat, before they lost to LA, who did they beat? Was it Utah? Who was the team they beat right before that? Right before they lost to the Lakers. Whoever that team was, I forgot who it was, but they just wore that team down. That team just got, the Knicks kept coming. Indiana, and Indiana had all kind of, the Knicks just kept coming. Indiana kept trying to stretch, the Knicks kept coming. And you knew it was going to happen. You could just see it. They kept trying to stretch, the Knicks kept coming back. I was like, man. And they wore the Pacers down and took that game. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. The Knicks are rough. And I've heard, I don't know, this might be just foolish talk from platforms, but I've heard he talking about thinking about trading Jimmy Butler. That would be stupid. They talking about trading, they were thinking about even entertaining the thought of trading Jimmy Butler. Oh, I don't know. The Knicks are going to pay whoever is on their roster now, because everyone that's in the rotation deserves to be paid. So everybody's going to get money. Everybody's going to get their money. And not everybody's going to get like max money. And, you know, this is the Don you're talking about. They just paid Deuce McBride $13 million over 3 seasons. I think he should have got at least 21. But that's how they do things in New York. So everybody gonna get money. Like Grimy, if they play Grimy, he probably gonna get a 4-year deal. I'm thinking he gets somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 with the 4th year as a team option. That's what you're gonna see. Okay, that's what. And then Dante, 4-year, $48 million, 4th year team option. Hart, 4-year, $54 million, 4th year team option. That's dealing business with the Don. Okay, that's how that's gonna work. Okay, now IQ wasn't having that. And I think they already know OG is not going to have that. He's going to get a full 4-year deal. I don't know how much, but I'm thinking OG is going to be in the $30 to $35 million range. So he's talking about something between $120 and $140 million. So I'm thinking that's what they're going to give OG. But everybody else, Hartenstein, the most they can pay Hartenstein is $13 million a year. They don't have his full bird rights. But I think that's his price anyway. Hartenstein isn't a $20 million a year player. So I'm saying, okay, give him 4 years, $52 million. Or with a graduated thing, starting with 13 and let it graduate each year, you know. Yeah, I did hear about the Leon and Clutch meeting, and I understand why everybody's speculating, because that's what we do in New York. Okay. Well, they can, you know what, cool. Even if, let's say you're right, and if it was 16 million, right? Let's just say you're right. It was 16, right? They start off with 13 and they just bring it up so that at the end of the deal, it averages 16. You know what I mean? They could pay him 13 this year, and then he can get 15% raises. They could make it average 16 million. You know what I'm saying? Mike, thanks for the $2. They can give iHeart 470 max. Is that the max they can give him? Okay. That's what I'm saying. And you know what? That's about, I think that's a good number for him. I think that's a good number for him. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But that, I think really 15 million a year is a good number for him. That's a good number for him. Now, speaking of the meeting between Leon and Clutch, I'll just tell you what I think because I don't know. I'm gonna just start off saying like this. Don't take what I say to you right now as facts. This is just me looking at previous experience. That's what I do. I look at previous experiences and my own experiences looking at these situations and come up with what I think is happening. So, two things. The meeting was pushed because there is a player that Clutch represents that wants to come to New York. So Clutch had to swallow their pride and talk to Leon. You had to come to Papa. You got to come to the Don because one of your clients wants to come to New York. That's the first thing, okay? So that's the first thing. One of your clients wants to come to New York. So Clutch had to swallow his pride and he had to come and talk to the Don, okay? So they had that positive meeting. Now, the second thing is, well, which one of his clients is really pushing to come to New York? That's the key thing. In my mind, it's either DeJounte Murray. No, not Brogdon. It's either DeJounte Murray or it's a guy that's going to be available or wants a trade this summer that we don't know about yet. So if I had a list of Clutch Sports clients, which I have not looked up yet, that's what I would think it is. Either they're planning a Murray trade now or another trade later that's with one of Clutch's clients for the summer. That's what I'm thinking. And so, nah, it's not LeBron. No, it's not going to be LeBron. Yeah, I don't think it's Clarkson either. It's not LeBron. I don't think it's Clarkson. I don't think it's LeBron. Yeah, I don't think it's either of them guys. I think it's either DeJounte Murray or somebody else. Who do they represent aside from the guys we keep hearing about, Clarkson, LeBron, and DeJounte and Brogdon? Who's the biggest fish in Clutch's, in their agency? Who is the biggest? Let me look this up. List of Clutch clients. Let's take a look. Rich Paul client list. Let's take a look at this. So he represents, let's see, he represents, well, some of these guys ain't worth mentioning, but I'm just trying to find the biggest names that he represents. Well, he represents Zach LaVine. It's not going to be Zach LaVine. He represents DeJounte. We talked about DeJounte. He represents Colin Sexton. No, it's not going to be Colin Sexton. He represents Trae Young, Jarred Vanderbilt. There's a possible name right there, Jarred Vanderbilt. But I don't think so. No, I'm looking at he represents Jeremy Grant. I don't think it's Jeremy Grant either. So I'm thinking the most likely candidate would be DeJounte Murray. I think, yeah, but he'll be back. He's out for the season, Vanderbilt. But you guys are thinking right now. I'm telling you summer. I'm not looking right now. It's summer. It's not right now. But if you were doing a deal right now, the most likely candidate would be DeJounte Murray. Yeah, would be DeJounte Murray. Miles Bridges is a wife beater. He's not coming to New York. When are y'all going to learn? The Don ain't having no drama, man. Y'all see how they operate behind closed doors? What the hell you think they want Miles Bridges that he just confessed to beating up his wife in front of his child? Y'all, man, please. Come on, man. Get something up here, man. Come on, sure. LaVine, like we say, no defense, no bueno. I don't know why people keep mentioning Zach LaVine. No defense, no bueno. Okay? Nope. Darren Fox. Oh, so you think we're going to get rid of Brunson to play Darren Fox? Come on, y'all. First of all, Jeremy Grant is out. Why is Jeremy Grant out? Why do I say Jeremy Grant is out? Okay. Oh, you talking about McCall? that I would definitely make that phone call. Like I said, I would make that phone call. But Jeremy Grant is out, and the reason he's out is because you just got OG Anunoby, and you're not trading Julius Randle. So the bookends are done. That's done. That's done. Don't worry about Jeremy Grant. And the only change to that would be to get Mikal Bridges and move Hart to move Dante to the bench. Yeah, forget Levine. That ain't happening. Anyway, yeah, forget Levine. But I would love to get Mikal. There's no doubt. But I don't know if the Nets gonna give up. The Nets seem to be in Dream World to think they're gonna compete when Ben Simmons come back. I think they're gonna be pretty good, but I don't think they're gonna be good enough, to recoup the losses of all them first round picks they gave up. Yeah, I mean, Luke, you're putting something together, and I would like to see the Knicks get, my man Tari. If I'm gonna give up Grimy, and I'm not getting Mikal Bridges, I will take Tari Eason. I will take Tari is like Benedict Mathurin. I'm telling you, Tari Eason is like Benedict Mathurin. They're very similar, except Tari's hands are like like Kawhi Leonard's hands. He got hands like that. No. I would definitely. I liked Tari when he was coming out. I was telling people Tari Eason is that dude. Tari Eason is in Houston. Come out of LSU. I looked at him at LSU and I said, this boy could ball. And I was surprised that he was coming off the bench. I don't know why he was coming off the bench at LSU. No, Tari Eason. There were two guys I liked. It was Tari and I liked Benedict Mathurin. And I was talking about them before anybody was talking. I said, these two dudes can ball. And they can. They can ball, man. No, Kyle Lowry cannot help off the bench. And the reason he cannot, let me just say this again. I am not benching Deuce McBride for no 36-year-old Kyle Lowry. I'm not doing it. Deuce is staying in the dead rotation. Forget it, Kyle Lowry. Motherflocker, Kyle Lowry. No way. I'm not benching Deuce so I can get old ass Kyle Lowry. Sorry. No. Not doing it. Deuce is going to stay Deuce time, baby. We done let the dog out. You got to keep Deuce. What about Herb Jones? Where would we play Herb Jones? That's what I just want to know. Where exactly would you play him? Now, if you're saying you would like Dante DiVincenzo to come off the bench and let Herb Jones start, okay, maybe we could do that. I mean, I like Herb Jones. He really is good, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want to give up Grimy and bring Dante to the bench for Herb Jones. I like Herb Jones. He's a nice player, but I'm not taking Herb over Precious. Oh, hell no. I like Herb. Herb's a nice player, but you just basically making a sideways move. That's all you're doing. Why? Why do that? Don't make a sideways move, man. You want to make an improvement move. That's a sideways move. Now, somebody can argue DeJounte Murray would be an improvement move because of his reputation on defense, so on and so forth, right? But I don't like the fact that he has to have the ball in his hand. And I'm not having Jalen Brunson play off the ball for this dude. I'm not doing it. I want Jalen Brunson with the ball in his hand. I want the offense to start with Jalen Brunson every time down the floor. Yeah, no. Herb can play 2, 3, or 4. That's what's Herb Jones is a really solid player. He can play 2, 3, or 4. He can play any of those. Just like Trey Murphy III. Trey Murphy III could play 2, 3, or 4. Both of them are bookends like that. Mike K, trade Julius, no one pick for Mikal. No, it's not going to happen. Let's be realistic and let's leave the world of fantasy alone. Let's be realistic. You want to let me tell you some realism. Julius Randle in his prime is not being moved. Did you hear me? Julius Randle in his prime is not being moved. He's not. He's not being moved. Okay? So no. They're not trading Julius. Take him off the table. You want Mikal, you're going to start with Grimes and about 4 first-round picks. Grimes, Evan Fournier, 4 first-round picks. That'll get that done if the Nets want to trade him at all. That's what'll get it done. Okay? Grimes, Mikal, from a call with Evan Fournier, four number ones gets done. But I don't know if the Nets want to try. I think they're still in dreamland, thinking they can compete. They need to really rebuild. But okay. Yep. So I'm not bringing Kyle Lowry to take Deuce's spot. I'm not bringing anybody that's going to try to take Deuce's spot. Now, if you're trading Grimes, don't tell me you're trading him for a short-term rental in a Clarkson. That's what I'm saying. That's what, when I hear stuff like that, I'm thinking y'all too far into NBA 2K. If you're trading a future talent in Grimes, you need to get something that's going to last longer than just this half a season. Okay? No, I don't like Brogdon because he's a rental. He's a rental. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So Brogdon played on Milwaukee. Brogdon played in Indiana. Brogdon played in Boston. When he was in Boston, he was the sixth man of the year and complaining because he wanted to start. He wanted to start. So they sent his behind packing to Portland. So I don't want that problem. I don't want that problem. You're not starting in New York. I don't want that problem. And you know why he doesn't start? Thank you, Tony Tippins, because he's not available. You're talking about Thibodeau, right? You think he wants an unavailable mofo on his team? I mean, Brogdon is in the ambulance university of always hurt. That's what Brogdon is. I'm not saying he's not talented. The boy could play. But I'm saying he's always hurt. Why do y'all think Tibbs wants that? He needs availability. If you're going to get Brogdon, you might as well go get Herb Jones because Herb Jones plays. You understand? Yeah, Sirens Brogdon. That's right. He's in the Anthony Ambulance University of never available. You know, so no. You can convince me on DeJounte. And I'm not really with that move either because I just don't like the fit. I like the way Dante DiVincenzo is balling next to Brunson. And I don't understand why anybody can't see you're taking a big risk bringing DeJounte Murray in. Because you don't know how that's going to fit. You really don't. I know in NBA 2K it looks good, but I don't know. I don't know because I don't like that he needs the ball in his hands all the time. I don't know. Yeah, Devo can play off the ball, and this cat can do it. I mean, look, if I'm telling you that Devo can play, y'all understand, I'm not talking about theory. We have actually seen this cat do business, right? Now, I'm not saying DeJounte ain't no scrub now, but why would you mess up when you're rolling right now with Dante next to Brunson? You're rolling. Why would you mess that up? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't like the move. I don't like the move. I'm not saying they ain't going to do it. Yes, Clutch was talking to the Don. So something is up. It's not Brogdon. It's not Clarkson. I'm thinking it's probably DeJounte. And yeah, it's probably DeJounte. Because if I'm the Hawks, you know what the Hawks have been missing? A guy that fits next to Trae Young. They thought it was that dude, Bogdanovich, who's a great shooter, no defense. Okay. Then they have Hunter, but Hunter's not a 2, he's a 3. So they've been trying to find a 2 that plays D, that can spot up, shoot, that they can play next to Trae Young. Hey, man, that's Quentin Grimes. That's Quentin Grimes. That's him. Okay, that's your dude right there. So I can see that move with Q-Dog and Evan going down to Atlanta for DeJounte Murray. I can see that happening. It makes sense. I'm just saying I don't like the move. I don't like the move. Yeah, I don't like the move at all. They did talk about something, but I'm thinking if it's not DeJounte Murray, there's another client that they got that not now, but in the summer, the Knicks may be interested in. And that's I don't know if it's a superstar either. Like I'm looking at They also represent Marjon Beauchamp. They represent him. He's a solid bench piece. They represent a couple of solid bench pieces. They represent Jeremy Grant, which I say he ain't coming. And then Jaden Hardy. He's another solid bench piece. Taylor Horton Tucker. I don't know which one of these cats they're dealing with. But the Knicks ain't going to mess their team up for none of these bums, man. They're not doing it. Gary Trent Jr., Jared Vanderbilt. They represent all them cats, man. But There's nobody that's on that list except DeJounte Murray that I say any remote chance that the Knicks make a deal for. I think I see, I do, Jack, see that I do watch that when I see Scott Perry on there, but I can't, the other guys, I don't like listening to them. I like hearing what Scott has to say, but the rest of them guys, man, please go away. I don't want to hear you. Oh my God. But Kimi Low, Deuce has been showing you the whole time he's been playing that he makes plays. I don't understand what you are talking about. He's not a playmaker. He makes plays. That's what he does. Stop, please, with the theory bullcrap. He can play. We don't need a backup point guard. We don't need a playmaker. I'm not taking away Deuce's minutes for some BS NBA 2K crap that somebody wants to throw at the wall. No, I'm not doing it. So if you bring in the DeJounte Murray and you send out Grimes, you're going to have Deuce, Hart, and you're going to have Dante coming off the bench. But I'm not messing up Deuce's minutes because of this NBA 2K bullcrap that everybody wants to throw out because these names have been out here, whether it's Kyle Lowry or whoever. Forget it. No, I'm not doing it. You know, I told y'all, be patient and wait and look what we get. And so, some of y'all, well, you know, we need a real playmaker. What the hell are you talking about? This is the league, man. They asked Tom Thibodeau about that. He said, no, there's no position. They play all the positions. He was playing Deuce with Brunson against Indiana. Deuce is a shooter, and Deuce can pass too. Oh, wait, you missed that lob that he threw to Jericho the other day? You missed that? The guy that can't play make? Did you miss that too? Oh my God, man. Wait, did y'all, you know, seriously, did you see the lob that he threw to Jericho? That's what you call playmaking. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Some of y'all listening to too much crap out there, man. Man. We don't need nobody. Hayward's on the buyout market. I hope somebody paid that fool. I know the Knicks ain't. Where are we going to play him? Where are we going to play him? That's what I'm saying. Hayward, for what? Like where? Where are you going to play him? Is he starting over OG? Is he starting over Dante? You think he's going to take Hart's place on the bench? And if you trade in Grimes, you don't need to trade Grimes. I mean, what you doing? That's what I'm saying. For what, Hayward? For what? See, that's what I'm saying. When I listen to people on these content creators, and they list these names, I gotta say, how could you be so stupid? And so I said, there must be an audience out there that gets into this because I'm like, I can't listen to you. What are you talking about with Kyle Lowry? I'm like, what? For what? For Deuce? I'm not letting Kyle Lowry play in front of Deuce. Hell no. And I'm not for Gordon Hayward for who? OG? For Dante? Oh, hell no. And talk about a guy that's never available. I'm sorry, homie broke his ankle. That was a terrible thing. But he has not ever, since then, been in the lineup more than 20, 30 games without getting hurt. You know? Now, I don't know it all. I know idiocy when I see it, though. I don't know it all. But I do know idiocy when I see it. I do know disloyalty when I see it. Deuce has waited 3 years for his shot, and now he's got it. And some of y'all talking about we need a point guard. What the? I do know idiocy and disloyalty when I see it. That I do know. And that's both. Both. So really, whoever you're adding to the Knicks roster right now, I think most of us understand that the guy that's out is Grimes. So whoever they're going to trade Grimes for is going to fit on the wing somewhere, okay? They're not trading Grimes to get a point guard. They need a guy that can fit at the 2 or the 3 on the wing, okay? They just traded IQ to give Deuce minutes. Everybody understands that. You realize the same weekend they traded IQ, they re-signed Deuce, that they believe in Deuce and they're going to play him. So why are you talking about getting a backup point guard? I try to understand. What have you been watching? Have you been paying any attention at all? And then if you're trading somebody, look at the landscape and look at the rotation. What do they need? Another power forward where they got Precious? They don't need him. We got OG, who can play power forward. He can play 3 and he can play 2 if he needs to. Okay. We got Brunson, and they just put faith in Deuce as his backup. And so Grimes is a guy that was starting and is now off the bench, and he wants to start again. So what you got to really think about this, y'all, is you want, okay, what teams can he start for? And if you remember, we were talking about Emmanuel quickly. And I said, there are several teams. And remember, I listed like 6 teams that he could start for. And I said, those are the teams that are going to want him. Toronto was one of those teams because they let Fred VanVleet walk, and now they put in a backup in Schroeder, and he's not the starter. He shouldn't be the starter. So you need a guy that can start. Boom, here comes Emmanuel quickly. Okay, here comes Emmanuel quickly. Okay, so what I'm saying to y'all is you got to look at it logically and not emotionally in terms of what you're gonna do. The Knicks don't make moves based on emotion. They make moves based on business. How they gonna win? We're trying to win a chip. Okay, so you can't just throw names at the wall because you like the names on NBA 2K. You like their rating. That ain't gonna happen. So right now, the only guy that's available is Grimes, along with Evan Fournier. So what you want to look at is, okay, who can we get sending out Evan Fournier and Grimes? I've mentioned Mikal Bridges, but I don't know if the Nets are realistic enough to understand they need to start rebuilding now. Atlanta definitely would want him because, like I said, they've been looking for that guy, and I thought they actually had the guy. What the redhead kid's name that ended up going to the Kings? I thought they had him. That guy's a nice player. I like him, and he went to the Kings and started balling out. Kevin Herter. Yeah, I like Kevin Herter, man. He's a good player. He looked like Howdy Doody, but that boy could ball, right? But I was surprised they let him go to the Kings because that was the guy you wanted to play next to Trae Young. So I think they realized they screwed that up. So now you can get Grimy, and he fits right there. He fits right there. He fits right into that spot. And so you can get him for DeJounte. You got a cheaper version of DeJounte. You got a cheaper version because Grimes is on a rookie deal for this season and the rest of next season. And DeJounte's getting this $24 million. So you the Knicks, you got to work that out, but you're moving Evan Fournier, but you still got to pay Hartenstein. You still got to pay, if you're going to keep Precious Achiuwa, you got to pay him. You got some decisions coming up, but Tiz was talking about Deuce before he laced up the sneakers. He's not going anywhere. Dude is what we hope Ntilikina would have become. Exactly. Deuce is Ntilikina without being Mr. Softy from France. And he's a better shooter, I think we all agree, than Ntilikina ever was. But defensively, Ntilikina, what caused me to like him, the instincts, the footwork, the positioning on the IQ side of the defense was amazing. I didn't know he was going to be, Softy Frenchy Croissant, which he was. He was another one in the Frenchy school of soft. I didn't realize that. He was the Frenchy school of soft. But I ain't seen defensive mechanics like that until we seen Deuce and Grimy. And the difference is, Deuce is tough as nails. This brother was a football player, tough as nails. Okay, so now you got tough as nails Deuce who can shoot better and play just as good defense. You got him on a $13 million deal. If you think he's going to let somebody come in and take his spot, you are really using some STIDES, and you need to get off STIDES because that brother is not going nowhere. Tibbs loves him just like he loves Hart. So forget it. Thank you for the $19. I'm sorry, I didn't even give you that prop. Let me just see. Let me scroll up for a second. Russell Reed. Thanks for the 20. Thanks for the dub, man. I appreciate that. Decent Jesus walking bucket. That's right. So that's what we got, man. That's what I'm saying. So why we want to move that for anybody, I don't know. No, hell no. That's right. Deuce is the backup point guard. Y'all can say, well, he's better as a two. Thank you, Swamis. But no, Deuce is the backup point guard. Period. End of story. That's how this is going to roll. And you're going to like that he's the backup point guard whenever Brunson is hurt, like he was before. And let me ask y'all a question. When Brunson was hurt, did Deuce do a good job? Backup point guard? Y'all remember Brunson was hurt? Did Deuce fill in adequately for an all-star, future, all-NBA player? Did y'all remember that? Brunson was out for a couple of games. Deuce filled in for him. Deuce was getting like 19 a game, playmaking, doing his thing, locking down on defense. That's what I'm saying. You want to be real about it. Oh, what you think? He won't get another all-star NBA player as a backup? That ain't going to happen. So, nah, that's what I'm saying to y'all. Y'all need to calm down with this. We need a backup point guard BS. We don't. Brent Joseph, thanks for the $3. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Deuce could adequately fill in for a guy like Brunson. That's what you got. As with 19 and 20, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, Jameson, who? Okay. And so, even Alec Burks only fits if you trade Grimes. Now, would you trade Quentin Grimes for Alec Burks? Test it. What would that deal look like? Quentin Grimes for Alec Burks. That's not a trade, right? That's a dumb trade, isn't it? I mean, Detroit would have to send us serious draft compensation because I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm not doing that. I like Alec Burks, but I'm asking where would he play? Again, at this point, this ain't Deuce in his rookie year. This is Deuce in his third season. He ain't playing in front of Deuce. So you're talking about backing up Dante. Okay. So that means Grimes got to go. Well, what you going to do with that? See? So I'm telling you, I'm going to say it again. I don't like the move, but DeJounte Murray, if you're going to get a move at the deadline, it's going to be DeJounte Murray. I'm telling you right now. If you're going to get a deadline move, it's DeJounte Murray. Because with that move, you see Grimes going to Atlanta with Fournier. The money works. You bring back DeJounte. You got DeJounte starting at your two guard spot. And then you got DeJounte starting Dante off the bench. I don't like it, but that's what you're going to have. Joe Curry, if you were Detroit, would you do that trade, Joe Curry? If you were Detroit, would you do that trade? If you were the GM for Detroit, would you trade away James Wiseman and Alec Burks to obtain Evan Fournier? Joe Curry, would you do that trade? Hey, I want to ask anybody, would any of y'all trade James Wiseman and Alec Burks in order to obtain Evan Fournier? What does Detroit care about expiring money? Detroit don't care. Detroit got plenty of money. They don't care about expiring money. Detroit don't care about expiring money. So why would you do it? If you're the Detroit general manager and you don't want to be fired tomorrow, because you would, why would you do that? Why would you obtain Evan Fournier? You don't care about expiring money. You got a ton of money. You got a ton of money. You got a ton of picks. Why would you do it? You already got picks. You don't need any more picks. You got a ton of money and a ton of picks. Why would you do that? You're giving away a player that you got on a cheap contract and a player that was the former number 1 overall pick on a rookie deal. So why would you do that? See, that's what I'm saying. Before you start throwing out these trade ideas, I'll just put it nicely, please think about what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because Detroit ain't doing that. They ain't stupid. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my gosh, man. Anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Detroit would have to give us multiple picks. And we ain't doing it. Why would the Dom deal with them at all? And Wiseman, he's not playing. That's why you got Hartenstein, Precious, Sims. Sims is costing you $2 million a year. You got him locked down. Why would you trade somebody to take his spot as the third string center? That don't make no sense. Make no sense. Nobody would do that. Nobody would do that. Okay, nobody would do that. That's right. And right now, yeah, Sims is tremendous value, man. You got a guy for lockdown for a 3-year deal, your third string center, and he can start if you need him to. That's value. That, you know, who said that? That's a great point. Mike K. That is a great point. Most people don't think about that in this NBA 2K world. The value you're getting. That's exactly the great point right there. So that's why when you're trading Grimes, you need to get value back, because you're trading a young 23-year-old ball player who has an upside, who can start in the league, play NBA level, high level defense right now, and you got him on a rookie deal through next season. So you got to get value back for him. You're not just going to trade him for any bag of chips. You need value and something that fits where he's playing for you. Now you are talking smart. Now, Mark K, that was good. That was very good, Mark. I have to give you props for that. That was very good. Very good. I like that. Okay. Yeah, but he's not an NBA. Sims is not your full-time starter. Remember, Jericho Sims is your third string center. For a third string center, yeah, he thinks too much, but I like him. That's what I'm saying. Where you going to get it? What you think you're going to get? You know, Shaquille O'Neal is your third string center. I'm saying, you know, this is your third string guy. And he's playing daggone good for a third string guy. That's all I'm saying. That's value, man. That's what you call value. If Sims was your starting center permanently, yes, you can go ahead and say, well, he thinks too much. He does this, he does that. But no. He's a third string guy. He's perfect for a third string center. Perfect. McBride, that's right. McBride, you got McBride on a $13 million deal for the next 3 seasons, not including this season. Next 3. That's value. You're not trading that. You're not causing it to lose minutes. You don't want no trouble. Play him. Tibbs runs a tight 9-man rotation with 10 deep, legit 0 spots left, 0 minutes for anyone. That's right, D.O. Thanks for the $5. Who are replacing with these tremendous value able contracts? Exactly. Like I said, the only guy I can see coming here is DeJounte. And that's only because he'd be replacing Grimes in the rotation. You'd move Dante to the bench, and you got Murray now in the starting lineup. That's the only move I see coming that's possible. There's no other move that makes any sense. If you bring in Brogdon, who are you sending out? You're not moving Deuce. You can't actually, the Knicks cannot trade Deuce until July anyway. So forget Deuce. He ain't going nowhere. And he's not leaving the rotation. So Deuce's spot is solid. So what are you going to trade to get Brogdon? What are you going to trade? Are you trading? You can't trade Precious. So are you trading? You got to trade Grimes. Okay. So you're going to trade Grimes on his rookie deal with upside to get Brogdon, who was already complaining because he can't start. And he's not available anyway. Yeah. So I think the Knicks keep Precious because you know why? What do y'all think? I think Tibbs loves Precious Achiuwa. I think Precious Achiuwa has become one of Tibbs' children. No, they're not trading Grimes for Clarkson. Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon hurt. Clarkson is older and more expensive. No. But I think most importantly, I like Precious too, D-Nice, but I'm saying I think Tibbs really likes him. Like, I think he's one of Tibbs' guys. And Tibbs is going to want to work with this kid because you could see Precious is still raw, right? I mean, you could see still a little raw. But there's no doubting the talent. The talent is there, okay? And I think Tibbs likes the roughneck aspect of his game, which is what I liked when they got. I liked him coming out of Memphis. I did. I liked him coming out of Memphis, and I liked him coming out because I saw Charles Oakley coming. There was 2 players in the NBA that remind me of Charles Oakley. One was Precious Achiuwa, and the other one is Isaiah Stewart over in Detroit. Those 2 guys are Charles Oakley 2.0, both of them. And I'm glad we got Precious. Precious wasn't no throw-in, man. Yeah, Precious wasn't no throw-in. So I think they keep Precious. But they'll pay him, but you know they ain't got to pay him a whole lot. He's coming off a rookie deal. They probably pay him close to McBride money. He probably get 3 years, $15 million. 3 years, 18 million. He probably gets something like that. And so that ain't no problem. They could actually use what they call it, the biannual exception, to sign Precious. They can get him on that. So I think would be good with Precious Achiuwa. They get that done. The only question is, will Tibbs expand it to a 10-man rotation? Because and I know Mitch Robb is one of Tibbs's dudes. Tibbs loves Mitch Robb. So Mitch Robb is that defensive anchor, and you're going to have him for 20 minutes a game coming off the bench, so he's not going to get hurt. Yeah, I think we're going to keep him too. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think both Toronto and the Knicks won. Nobody has to win a trade and somebody has to lose a trade. It was an even trade. The trade Toronto made was for the future. RJ and IQ are the future. They're not now. They're the future. Okay, they're the future. So that's that's why they did the trade. They didn't do the trade to get to the playoffs this year. The Toronto did the trade as part of a future. So they're going to build around those two guys, along with the obvious Scotty Barnes, and they'll move forward. Well, if he makes it past this trade deadline, he will be re-signed. But remember, they don't have to re-sign him until next year. Grimes got another year on his rookie deal. Y'all know that? He don't have to be re-signed this year. Grimes is not expiring. Grimes got another year on his rookie deal. Okay? Grimes got another year on his rookie deal. If I'm not mistaken, let me just look at that. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I think Grimes got another year on his rookie deal. Let me see. Spot rack. I'll tell y'all right now. Let me see. Let's see. Let me look it up here. Hopefully Spot Rack is working. Last time I was on with y'all, it wasn't working, man. Let me see here. All right, let's see. Let's look at Quentin Grimes. Let's see here. Quentin Grimes has a club option that was exercised for 24-25 for $4.2 million. So he's got another year on his rookie deal. Quentin's got another year on his rookie deal. Yeah. So they don't have to even pay him yet. They're not even worried about. They don't have to pay him yet. You see what I'm saying? Look at this, man. So they don't have to worry about Grimes till next year. This time they could extend him if they wanted to. Okay, and that's with any team. They can extend him. So that you got value. So I'm saying if you're going to trade him, you got to get an upgrade. So I would say DeJounte Murray's an upgrade, right? I would be fair and say DeJounte Murray's an upgrade. Even though I don't like the fit, I don't like taking Dante out of that starting rotation. Dante is clutch, but I can understand it. But if you're going to trade Quentin, you got to get value. You got to get draft capital. You got to get value. Because he don't have to even be re-signed this summer. That's not somebody you need to worry about. Okay, that's not somebody you need to worry about. Yeah, so and I'm glad our D Nice 77 is thinking. You got to see, where are the minutes coming from? Who's losing minutes? Who's gaining minutes? Now you see what happened when they got Precious. Who is the big loser when they got Precious? It was Jericho Sims. Jericho Sims started getting minutes because they lost OG. But if they didn't lose OG, he wouldn't be getting no minutes. So now you got now with Precious, you got right now he's going to be a restricted free agent, qualifying offers is $6.2 million. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think he's going to get much more than that from the Knicks. I'm seeing, like I said, 3 years, $21 million, 3 years, somewhere in that neighborhood, $6-7 million a year. That ain't gonna hurt the Knicks. That ain't gonna mess them up. Okay, it ain't. Now DeJounte might, because you're losing $23 million and you're bringing in 24 as a wash. But then you gotta pay Hartenstein, and Hartenstein he's gonna get his money. Hartenstein gonna get his money. Okay, he's gonna get his money. So I don't know. We got to see what happens here. But I'm going to tell you something. Let me just qualify everything I'm saying with this. If the Knicks go to either the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals, everybody getting paid. They'll go over the tax. That's when the Don will pay the tax. If they got a team that's capable of going to the ECF and the finals right now, he's going to pay everybody and he'll pay the tax. Dolan won't have no problem paying the tax. None. Okay, he won't have no problem paying the tax. So if that happens, everybody's gonna get their money. Okay, everybody's gonna get their money. Okay, so that's how that works. But yeah. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Dre Hoops talk. If it's not DeJounte Murray, there's somebody that they know is going to be represented by Clutch this summer that they're going to want to talk to New York about. That's right. That's exactly what I'm saying. If it's not DeJounte, it's going to be somebody that is coming this summer that Clutch may not have him on their roster now as far as a client, but he might switch clients. And when he does, the guy wants to come to New York, whoever that guy is. Salute, Ed Santana. How you doing? Now, I don't think it's Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine's being represented by them now, and Zach LaVine don't fit. I'm gonna tell you right now, why would anybody pay over $200 million for a guy just to replace Dante, who's you're going to only pay $48 million? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Why would you pay $200 million for Zach LaVine? No, but I'm saying people will say that, but building blocks, right? You know they will. So why would you do that? And again, DeMar DeRozan is like 100 years old. So why would you replace in his prime Dante Murray for $48 million with a guy that makes $30 million per? That's 36. Why would you do that? Yeah, no, it's not happening. No, but I'm thinking like there's somebody that's switching agents, and y'all know who I hope it is. There's somebody switching agent, and I hope it's Mikal Bridges. I hope it's Mikal Bridges. If Mikal is switching agents and demanding a trade, we could talk. We could talk. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. And that would cause the Knicks to exercise the option on LaVine. Not LaVine, Fournier, on Frenchie, French Toast Frenchie. That's what would cause the Knicks to exercise the option on Frenchie. If McCall switched agents and you got McCall, and then you could move Grimy and you can move Grimy and Fournier, Frenchie, and so add some picks to that. That's who I'm really hoping becomes available. That's why I'm saying if it's not DeJounte now, it's going to be a guy we're not thinking about that's going to be available in the summer. And probably, like somebody mentioned, Clutch will be representing them then. They may not be representing them now, but they're going to represent them then. You know? So let's see. Let's see what happens. Now, somebody asked, if I was Golden State GM, I'm selling. I'm selling. I'm selling. I'm selling. I'm selling everybody. The only person I won't sell is obviously Curry, not just because he's good, but because he's the franchise, face of the franchise. But you know who's coming on strong? Kuminga. I thought Kuminga was, I don't know why people were not higher on him. He was like a grown man playing in the G League, and he was only 18 years old. And I said, this guy, when he gets to be of age in his mind, he's already got the body. Just like with Pat Will, I thought the same thing. Grown man body, but he's a child. When he gets to be a man, he's going to be a problem. And Kuminga's balling. No, I'm selling everything. If I'm Golden State, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, what you want. You can't have Kuminga, and I want Moses Moody. You can have everybody else except Curry. Everybody's for sale. I'm selling if I'm Golden State. I'm pulling the plug on that baby right now. There's no doubt. Yeah. I don't believe in trying to mess around for old glory. You know what I'm saying? They won their chips. They won their chips. It's time to start over. You need to do it, Sam Presti, and redo this thing. Sam Presti's good, man. Dang, we got that cat. I mean, I like the down, but Sam Presti is something else, this cat. Sam Presti is something else, man. Okay. But so if they don't move at the deadline for DeJounte Murray, watch the summer. Something is brewing. And none of us know what it is. We'll find out as we get closer to June, though. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Leon, we don't need it. Listen, do we need a rookie right now? Is there a rookie that you want that we need that's going to come into Tibbs rotation next year and replace who? Y'all see what I'm saying? You need a rookie. I'm going to tell you what. You're going to need to start collecting rookies maybe next year, or the year after. That's when you start collecting rookies. And that collection would be for 2 years after that. That's how far ahead the Knicks are right now. Now, LeBron. No, LeBron's not coming to New York. He'll never be in New York unless it's as a coach. He'll never be in New York. That's right. That's right, D Nice. That's exactly right. I don't know why anybody's talking about Bruce Brown except Bruce Brown's agent trying to get him to New York. But I don't know. Am I the only one that sees that Bruce Brown, that Josh Hart is Bruce Brown? Am I the only one that sees that? Josh Hart is Bruce Brown. And the problem with that is Bruce Brown doesn't come from Villanova. Josh Hart is Bruce Brown. So why would we go get Bruce Brown for? Oh, you want 2 Josh Harts? You want 2 Josh Harts? Okay. I like Grimes myself, but I'm saying you want 2 Josh Harts? You're going to have Josh Hart, Bruce Brown, Deuce. All right, I like the defense. I like it, but I'm just wondering, would I give up Grimy for Bruce Brown? No, I'm not giving up Grimy for Bruce Brown. You got to give me some draft capital, Toronto. You want my Grimy if you're going to just give me a guy you just got in the trade. You got to give me some draft capital. Okay, you got to come up with something, man. Plus, you stole all information last year. That's why we stomping on y'all this year. Right? Y'all know that, right? Y'all stole information from our front office last year. So we're going to take it out in your hide. We stomping on you now. We putting the dinosaurs into extinction, baby. Because y'all stole from us. But anyway, I'm just, you got to trade Grimes if you're going to get Bruce Brown. And I don't know. I'm saying I wouldn't do it. I like Bruce Brown, but I already got Josh Hart. I already got Josh Hart. So why we, I don't know. I'm not saying they wouldn't do it. Bruce Brown's a solid piece. You would have a veteran on the bench that can come in and play defense and hit big shots for you. That's good. Bruce Brown, cool. I need some draft compensation, though, if I'm getting him. So I'm going to send Grimy and Fournier to Toronto. Fournier be happy. They speak French up there. And then you send me back Bruce Brown, but I'm gonna need probably a first and a second for Bruce Brown. Okay. CAA Mafia, you need to have a more bit of a knowledge about your team. The Knicks are a top 4 team in the East right now without DeJounte Murray. The Knicks are capable of going to the finals right now. We don't need DeJounte Murray for that. We can stick with what we got, and they can get to the ECF right now. Okay? And don't tell me we're going to get back Juju and Mitch Rob. We do not need nobody. But if Grimes is demanding a trade and he wants to start, I can see that happening with Atlanta. So it's not like, some of y'all trip, man. How you talking about the schedule get hard? Do you know the Knicks had the hardest schedule the first half of the season? 10 back-to-backs? 2 5-game road trips? You know that? Come on, man. Stop it. Yeah. That's NBA 2K talk nonsense here. Stop the NBA 2K bullcrap. Anyway, I can see DeJounte coming if Grimes is going to Atlanta with Fournier. Grimes starts next to Trae Young, and we move on from there. I can see that. Yes, I'm going to the game on the 14th of February by the grace of the Most. I'll be right behind the Knicks bench. I'll be behind the Knicks bench for that game, like on the side of the tunnel. That's where I'm going to be, on the side of the tunnel where they sitting at. Yep. Let me see. You said, thanks for the $5. Paul said, Roy, you going to game 14? We need to show North Carolina, Miami the real. That's right. Oh, you in Paul? Did you say? Wait, Paul, are you in Claremont? You live in Claremont? Paul, you live in Claremont? Are you going to the game? Wait. Hit me up in my email. You going to the game? Dad, we could go together. If you going to the game, you in Claremont. Claremont's like over here, 20 miles down the road is next door. Claremont is next door. Yeah, man. If you going, man, we gotta let's do something. Matter of fact, if you go into the game and you in Claremont, right? My brother's coming down from Connecticut. If you go into the game, you in Claremont, we could eat in Claremont and then head to the game. We could eat somewhere like I like Carrabba's in Claremont. I don't know if you know Carrabba's. I like Carrabba's in Claremont. My wife likes what's the name of this place she likes? She loves Flippers. She's a Flippers fiend. So we can figure it out, man. We got to figure it out. Hit me up on the email, bro. Hit me up on the email. We got to figure this out. We got to figure this out. Hit me up on the email, and we'll definitely figure this out. What I like about Carrabba's is they serve a really good steak at a nice price, and they do some business on the sangria side too. I like the sangria. What up, Wave Space? Yeah, hit me up, man, so we can look at that, man. That I didn't know you was in Claremont. Daggone. All right. Very good, man. I was just in Claremont the other day at that shooting range off of 50. Yeah. There's a shooting range, outdoor shooting range over 50. I was just there the other day. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that, man. Wow, that's cool. That's cool, Paul. Nelly's, did I say your name right? Neely's? I don't know if I said your name. But yeah, man, we got to definitely talk about that. Hey, Angel Gonzalez. Yeah, it's all good. Kenny Smith. Yeah, no, you know why I think Kenny Smith is better? Do you realize Kenny Smith has multiple times applied for the head coaching job in New York? Multiple times. He's mad because they're not interested. And he feel like because he's from New York, he should be getting that nod. They're not interested. They're not interested in Kenny the Jet. They just not. Where's he from anyway? He's from Queens, right? Kenny the Jet from Queens, right? He's not from Brooklyn. Or is he from Brooklyn? I know he's not from the Bronx. Kenny the Jet, did he go to Archbishop Malloy? Yeah, I think he mad at the Knicks. He's Queens, yeah. I remember when he went to North Carolina, man. He was a freshman. He was starting as a freshman for Dean Smith. Yeah. Yeah, Queens, okay. He representing Queens, huh? Okay. Yeah, he representing Queens. Anyway, yeah, I think he mad because of that. He has applied for the Knicks job at least 3 different times that I know about. And they've been not interested anytime. Yeah. I think he thought he was going to get the job when Fizdale got the job. I think he thought he was going to get the job when Fizdale got it. And because that was a big deal. He came in for an interview, and they might have interviewed him twice, but they said no. Then they brought in Tibbs. Tibbs know what he's doing. He know what he's doing. I know some of y'all keep looking for him to be fired. I'm trying to tell you. Stick with Tibbs. He know what he's doing. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, so we got Memphis on Tuesday at the Garden. Well, Josh can't shoot yesterday, but when he hits 4 or 5 threes, then you'll say he can shoot. Stop tripping with each game. Josh shoots sometimes he doesn't. What he did yesterday, though, he got 11 boards. And you know what else Josh Hart did yesterday? He got all the 50-50 balls. He gets all the 50-50 balls. So stop tripping about Josh Hart. We good. Well, it's not, Tibbs got his pecking order. Deuce has paid his dues in Tibbs' pecking order, and Tibbs is rewarding him as he should. As he should. Pump the brakes. Dude, we're not going to have a conversation about Josh Hart's three-point shot. Come on, man. There's more important things to discuss here than Josh Hart shooting. Josh Hart did not come to the Knicks because he's a three-point shooter. That's not his role. He came to the Knicks because he's a rebounding defensive playing forward. That's why he's here. And he gets 50-50 balls. So, yeah, he didn't shoot good yesterday. Yeah, I always just I've been saying from the beginning, I don't like Hart as a starter. He's a pure perfect bench piece, but Tibbs likes him. So let's get off of that tip. Tibbs loves the guy. Whenever there's a guy out, he's going to start. Okay, period in the story. When somebody's out, Josh Hart is starting. Tibbs loves the guy. Okay, he went 7 minutes without scoring because it's the league, and it happens. Oh man, I'm glad you're not the coach. Cause you for damn sure wouldn't have us 4th in the East with that bull crap. Anyway, this ain't high school, bro. This ain't college where you just sit a guy if he misses a few shots. This is the league. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Stop tripping. Dude be getting double figures in rebounds. Did you see that play he did where he caught the ball from going out of bounds, managed to get his feet in bounds and get this on? Yeah, that's why we got Josh Hart. Not only that, when Josh Hart gets the defensive boards, look, let me ask y'all a question. When Josh Hart gets the defensive rebound, what happens? Talk to me. What have you noticed when Josh Hart gets the defensive rebounds? What happens? What happens when he gets the defensive rebound? Come on. Josh Hart gets a defensive rebound. What happens? What happens? Josh Hart gets a defensive rebound. What happens? It's a fast break. Josh Hart is a one-man fast break, and he usually finishes. That's right. He gone. And that's why they hired him. He rebounds, he plays defense, he hustles, and he's a one-man fast break off a defensive rebound. And so, I don't understand why y'all tripping about his shooting. You know what I mean? Why? For what? We won 9 straight with him. We won 9 straight. We won 9 straight. And 5 straight also. And they went 3-1 this week with Josh Hart starting. I don't know if you noticed that. But they went 3-1 with him starting. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't understand what anybody complaining about Josh Hart. I didn't like that he was missing shots yesterday. I just thought he should have attacked more if he knew his shot was off. They were backing off of him. He should have went into the paint. And I think the next time you see that, if he's not hitting his threes, you're going to see him get into the paint. He's going to attack the paint. And then they're going to have a 3 against 4, the 4 going 3, and somebody will score. They'll figure it out. That's what I like about all of the only guys that has a lack of basketball IQ is Precious Achua and Julius Randle. And Julius knows I don't know what happens. I think he gets on the court and he changes, but he's not as high IQ. Everybody else, though, all of the guys in the rotation are high IQ basketball players, man. High IQ basketball players. You know, so we're good. Yeah. Anthony Ambulance was good yesterday. It happens, y'all. Don't make one game into the season. 7-game series, the Knicks win in 6 over Lakers. 4-2. And I'm giving them 2. If Mitch Rob is coming off the bench and Juju's healthy, they may get a gentleman's sweep. So they won yesterday. Okay. They had a good day. All right. Yeah, let's not get, carried away. The Knicks are still 4th in the East. Half game away from 3rd. Okay. We good. That's right. We good. Exactly. People want to whine and complain about stupidness. So what? He didn't shoot good yesterday. Okay. We won 9 straight with him. And then this week, we won 3 in a row with Josh Hart in the starting lineup. And like I said, I don't like him in the starting lineup. I really don't. I'd rather have Grimes there. But Tibbs likes him. That's all that matters. Tibbs likes him. No, Lord Sincere, stop it. Come on, stop it. Okay. So teams expose Milwaukee's dependency on Giannis, right? Boston's dependency on Jason Tatum. Teams expose OKC's dependency on SGA. You expose Denver's dependency on the Joker. You see where I'm going? Stop it. Yeah, Anthony Edwards was rough yesterday. He was rough yesterday. I'll give it to him. And the one player y'all really should be concerned with against Anthony Ambulance, the guy that I saw freezing up, was Hartenstein. Hartenstein was hesitant against Anthony Ambulance yesterday. See, every player in the league has their kryptonite. Every player. I don't care how great the player is. There's always kryptonite against somebody. If y'all remember, Jordan's kryptonite was from New York, Rod Strickland. Rod Strickland was Michael Jordan's kryptonite. Michael Jordan didn't want to see Rod Strickland. I didn't even understand it myself. I said, why does he freeze up when he plays against Rod Strickland? It's just everybody in the league, because it's the league, everybody has a guy that's that kryptonite. So for Hartenstein, I found out watching the game yesterday, that guy is AD. Anthony Ambulance is Hartenstein's. That's his kryptonite. Now, what Hartenstein would have liked to have yesterday is a roughneck next to him, like Jew. And if we did have Jew yesterday, we'd won that game. Okay. We won that game. So, yeah, that's exactly right, Aces, baby. We won that game. Because he'd have had the roughneck next to him. Or OJ, either one. And you talking about having both of them come back for March? I ain't worried about the playoffs. I don't know what the hell y'all talk about order. We can't get anywhere in the playoffs. It's a tough schedule. Yeah, the Knicks are the tough schedule. You see, that's what I'm saying. People trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? And don't understand. The Knicks are the Joneses. That's what nobody wants to see in you, because you hate your own players. But people want to keep up with the Joneses. And the Knicks are the Joneses. Never mind what Miami's doing. The Knicks are the Joneses. They got to keep up with us. Okay? So, nah, man, we good. We good, baby. We'll be good. We're going to be good to go. And don't tell me we're going to get Jew and OG back for March, starting with Hartenstein. They're gone. Somebody's in trouble. That's all I'm saying. Giannis is the top 5 player in the world, man, period, end of story. Giannis is that dude. Yesterday, they won because he had 48. I think he had 48. Was it yesterday? Before? He had 48, man. I was like, what the hell? This guy is, he had 48, and I was like, dang, man. Giannis is out of this world. Crazy, man. Giannis could ball. Yeah, they beat Dallas yesterday, and Giannis had 48. Just look here. Luka had 40, and Giannis had 48. That's balling, baby. Ain't no, don't say nothing about Giannis. Exactly, man. Yeah. I want another 9 games for history goal. We're not good enough. CAA Mafia, you the problem. It's guys like you that are the problem in Knicks Nation. Unrealistic, delusional expectations with unreasonable demands that no other team in the league needs to stand up on but yours. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, gosh. Oh, Michael Finley. I didn't know about that. I knew Michael Finley out of Wisconsin. That boy could ball. Michael Finley could get up too. He had ups. But I just remember watching Jordan. Whenever he played Rod Strickland, it almost like he froze. And I was like, I've never seen that from Jordan except against Rod Strickland. It was crazy. I thank you, CAA Mafia, for pointing that out. I greatly appreciate that, because, there's a lot of crazy mofos out here that be saying some stupid crap. Glad you're not one of them. Yeah, Finley was rough, man. Finley was rough. That boy had hops, man. Shoot. He could ball. I know. We down 3 starters, and they're 4th in the East. You can't ask for much more than that. Won 5 straight, then 9 straight. You can't. Yeah, he was out of Wisconsin, Michael Finley. He was a baller, man. That young man he's not young anymore, but he used to be a ball, man. And he had ups and a half. Ups and a half, man. Yeah, ups and a half. So anyway, as usual, we had a good time. It's almost time for me to put dinner on. I'm actually cooking today. So I'm cooking for me and mommy today and giving her a break in the kitchen. I could throw down a little bit. So we're gonna put some stuff in there and get some food together, and we're gonna eat at home. There's no Knicks game tonight. And yeah, but always fun dealing with y'all, always fun hanging with y'all. Some of y'all still crazy, but that's okay. You're part of the family. Even you got crazy cousins, part of the family, right? I am making a ribeye for myself, and I'm making lamb chops for my wife. Yeah, ribeye for me, lamb chops for mommy, and we going from there. Yeah, ribeye for me, lamb chops for mommy. Yeah, we getting that protein in. We getting that protein in. Oh, is that right, Guilford? Okay. Yeah, no, for me, I'm very simple. I have the ribeye, I'm having a big salad, and I'm good. That's it. I'm good. I'm not sure. Mommy probably gonna have, mommy's Boricua, so she's gonna have some beans and maybe some rice or something. She gotta have beans all the time. So I'll get some lamb. She probably have some beans and rice. Yeah. Croco Charles, you know it. But I forgot homie's name. Nelly's. Connect with me on the email, man. We got to get together, man, before we go see that game. Actually, around here, I don't know what's going on, but the lamb prices for the organic lamb at Publix have plummeted. The price of lamb has gone from for a pound used to be about $10. Now it's like $4. I got my wife a little nice size lamb chop today for $3. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but price of lamb dropped. What's up, kid from Coney? Yeah, so anyway, Kevin Bergman, don't waste your time. Please be safe out there. Enjoy yourself, but be safe, be cool. We will see y'all probably tomorrow, but there's a game Tuesday against Memphis. I'm hoping we get good news about OG tomorrow, that he'll be available for the game. But we'll find out tomorrow when they come out with the report. Y'all enjoy, man. Shalom.